Welcome to this team leader training session. We at Community Christian hold you in high regard and really appreciate you for leading the way in helping us accomplish the second half of our mission. Because of team leaders like you, I know this is going to be a great year when our church makes significant strides in together growing to full devotion to Jesus. Well, let's get started. My purpose is to give you an overview of your role of team leader. I'll go ahead and tell you up front that this training may generate a few questions in your mind, but I'm going to ask you to be patient and to hold on to those until you've completed all the startup training sessions. Hopefully, we'll have answered most of them by then. If you haven't already printed the viewer's guide that goes along with this training session, pause the video and do that now. Fill in the blanks as you watch and hold on to this information for future reference. Your campus director will also be getting with you about this information. Before I talk about your role specifically, let me first give you an overview of the role of the small group leaders that you'll be coaching. When any community Christian team or group gets together, there are some common things that should occur at all of those. Then there are unique things that will also occur in individual groups or teams based on their purpose. So, the first part of your group leader's mission is the same of that of all other CCC groups or teams. That common group mission is focused on accomplishing two things: helping God-honoring relationships to form among group members, in other words, helping relational connections happen, and helping group members take spiritual next steps. We'll say more about each of these in other training sessions, so make note of any questions that you have and make sure they get answered in forthcoming videos. Now, about what those things that are unique to particular kinds of serving groups or teams. Let's talk about those. Let me give you a couple of examples. The Angel Food team, like all other groups, makes a space for relationships to happen, and they help team members take spiritual growth steps. But they also have to make sure that they get all Angel Food orders distributed to their customers in a friendly and efficient manner. In another example, a community Christian softball team will be able to enjoy each other's company and even help team members take spiritual next steps as relationships are built. But they will also play softball each time they come together. So, what's the unique thing that's to happen when a sermon-based small group gets together? In other words, what is their unique mission? Well, here it is: to expose participants to biblical truth from the Sunday message and hold them accountable for living out the 5 Gs. Now notice that there are two parts of the sermon-based group mission: spiritual growth from the message and the 5 Gs. Here's the plan for accomplishing the spiritual truth portion of that mission. Every Sunday, our bulletin will include an inserted study guide related to that week's message. Small group members will be expected to complete that and bring it with them to the meeting. That guide and the meeting will focus on particular aspects of the message in a way that differs from Sunday's teaching. The 5G accountability piece of the mission will be carried out by cycling through a discussion of the 1G each week. That's when groups will update their progress with the G and possible next steps, knowing that they will be asked for an update in about 5 weeks. Now, I tell you all of this so that you know what the small group and its leader will be focusing on. Since you're walking alongside a few of our small group leaders and will be helping them carry out their role, it's important that you know what they're about. Now, to recap, it basically boils down to two things: the universal group mission of helping relational connections and spiritual next steps occur, and the unique sermon-based small group mission regarding biblical truth from the message and 5G accountability. Well, that's their role, but what about your role as their team leader? Well, the beauty of your role is that in part you will be modeling for your group leaders what they will in turn be doing for their group members, because your role is very similar to theirs. Let me show you how that works. As a team leader, you will help the group leaders accomplish their universal and sermon-based small group mission. And we've just talked about what that is: to develop a relational connection with each of your leaders and help each of your group leaders take some kind of spiritual next step. Hopefully, that all sounds very familiar, and hopefully that doesn't sound overwhelming or too difficult. It's really not, and let me tell you why. You will be able to fulfill your role as a team leader by simply making a short weekly phone call to each of your assigned group leaders. Now, again, I'm guessing you may have lots of questions like, what all do I say? What all do I cover in these phone calls? How do I help a group leader take a spiritual next step? How can I help leaders accomplish their Biblical Truth 5G's mission with just a phone call? Well, just relax. Like I said, we'll give you the answers to all of those kinds of questions in other training sessions. So for now, thanks for your attention and for helping Community Christian Church become more fully devoted to Jesus.